Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So Jagex have just dropped this news post on the 29th of May, so today is Wednesday, regarding the sort of podcast we do on semi-regular basis now called Right Click Examine. And they've kind of dropped quite a big thing here of the future skilling content. So what we're going to do for this video, we're going to go down through it and basically break it all down. But there's some pretty big headliners coming from it as well. So we're going to start with the fact that there's going to be a lot of focus on improving skilling content and a lot of focus as well of extending that content out, which is really good to hear really, because there are some skills which haven't had a lot of love for a while, and it's good to see that with what they're looking to do, all the skills are going to have a look through, change of content, and not only a change of content, a change of level. So the big first hitter of this post is that skill content is looking to go up to a max cap of level 110. Now, this is going to be done over the next 2 to 3 years and working through various skills and possibly pairing them together. Now, they are going to be doing this with mining and smithing, because mining and smithing is sort of like the best prepared to do it. Because it's recently had an update, they can sort of put in new content early without having to do some major changes. And it can put to the community to say, look, this is what we're looking to do. This is what level we're looking to reach to. What are your opinions? And get feedback on a skill that is already sort of semi-prepared to do it. And when they released the sort of content for the rest of the year and we saw a mining and smithing rework, the first thing I sort of thought is, well, why? It's just had it done. Now it makes a lot more sense because they are looking to extend it to 110, and mining and smithing probably is the best skill to go for because they are prepared for it. So what we sort of detail in this post as well, which I'll make sure is in the description of the video, is that they're trying to make like skilling worthwhile. Like they've quoted the Imikado hatchet, so we went and got the Imikado hatchet, but then what do you do with it now? And that's what they're trying to do, is by putting in more stuff in the higher tier level, it gives you a reason to skill as well. So the first real question, and to be fair, they've done a really good job of this, of like putting questions or frequently asked questions on why they've done things a certain way. The first question is, how you can imagine, why not 120? So what they've put here is that they wanted to make like 99 to 120 a 2-tiered system, which again is a really good point and a really good way of doing things. For newer players, and especially not like the higher level players who are already maxed, 99 to 120 is a massive stretch. By doing 110, you can put in almost 2 tiers. You can do the 99 to 110 grind, and then the 110 to 120 grind. And the 110 to 120 grind will still be substantial enough due to the sheer amount of XP you're going to do as well. And that's followed up by why not just do 105, but I agree with the point they've put here, is that 105 would have just been a bit too soon. I think 105 is something like 20 mil XP, which with the rates on some skills now, 20 mil XP really isn't that much. Whereas I think 110 would put you around the 50 mil-ish, which is about where I think it should be anyway. Again, an absolute curveball of a post. No one saw this really coming. People knew they were going to do some such sort of changes with skills. Obviously, fletching and woodcutting at some point later in the year. Mining and smithing was marked to be done as well. But this is completely like not sort of saw coming, and possibly like a solid way to look at this game going for the next couple of years is we've got this kind of plan of structure of content to sort of add to the later depths of the skills, which when you compare the normal 1 to 99 skills to the ones which go to 120, there's a massive lack of things you can do once you've hit that level 99. Unless you're going to grind for XP or grind for profit or money or whatever, there's nothing really there. Whereas with these skills which go to 120, there's so much more content. It's something I think they needed to do, but I never thought they would do. But it's quite a move. And here they've quoted 2 to 3 years to get everything up to 110. But by that point, the sheer amount of content we're going to get to new skills and new methods and new materials and ways to make money and stuff, it's going to be massive anyway. Like, they don't need to drop all this at once. If they could bring it out in installments and possibly pair skills together, then you've got a reason to go and train those 2 skills. I think mining and smithing is the right way to do it, and fletching and woodcutting is really good as well. Like cooking and fire making and stuff like that will really be beneficial to have as well. And with it, new training methods as well. New training methods, new content is really good. And at the minute, it's not sort of guaranteed this is going to happen. Like, they're going to use the mining and smithing update as a way to sort of throw the content out, show us a bit of a sort of like a live preview, and then we can give them sort of a feedback of, we really like this, we don't really like this. They're giving us a chance to sort of have feedback and input on how they're going to move a new skilling going forward, which is pretty huge to be fair. And again, like, I can't believe this has come from this compared to where we were like 2-3 months ago, where we were begging just to have the 2024 sort of roadmap. Now to be getting something like this is what we're going to be doing for the next 2-3 years on one of the major pieces of content in the game. Pretty huge, pretty huge. Now, don't just think this is, oh, well, all the content which is going to be coming is skilling. It's not, there will be PVM stuff, there will be minigame stuff, there will be quests, there'll be everything else. It's just a bit of a focus piece on skilling and where skilling can be going for the rest of the year. So after this, we sort of moved on into the mining update, which gets pretty big. And it kind of fits in the theme of where the archaeology sort of side was going. Archaeology was going to Demonheim, and now they're also going to bring mining and smithing to Demonheim as well. So the Demonheim mining materials are going to come to the game after level 100. Not only that, Primal Metal and Primal Smithing will also be coming to the game as well, which is pretty huge. Like, it's mad really that since Dungeoneering has been released, we've had very minimal stuff come from it or come, well, like, of it. Because it's such a huge piece of lore, a huge piece of content, and you spend so much time in Demonheim doing the Dungeoneering grind as well. Now in 2024, we're going to get the Archaeology dig site, and we're also going to get Demonheim mining, which is going to be pretty huge. Not only that, Primal Armor has always been some of the best looking armor in the game. And the fact we're going to get the ability to smith our own Primal 2H, our Primal Armor, going to be pretty huge. Pretty huge. Now, there is some things, again, they do a really good way of breaking this down in the news post, really good points. They're going to bring a Masterwork 2H sword, which is going to be huge. Again, an alternative to the spear. I'm hoping like the spear has like a little passive effect. And I imagine that the sort of like with the spear, you need the spear tip. I imagine that's going to come from the Demonheim version of the Archaeology spot as well. So it might be a new spear tip coming to Archaeology, which is good because it'll be a new huge AFK moneymaker as well, which would be really nice. So just going through this post, some things you want to know. So you can smith, so you'll be able to mine all the Dungeoneering metals and then turn them all into primal bars. Rather than turning them into one primal bar, they'll turn into 5 primal bars. There's going to be a new tier 100 pickaxe, which is going to be very much like the Matic of Space and Time. It's going to need to take something from Demonheim to combine all the tiers and stuff, which is really good. It'll give people a chance to go and have a higher tier skilling item, but also give people something to do for it. It's good to have them work for it as well. Primal Armor and Primal Skilling tools will be coming to the game, but it won't be able to be augmented. So you will need to use a Primal Pickaxe at a Demonheim, and it said it will be kind of essential to use a Primal Pickaxe, but it's not going to be augmentable, which does kind of throw the chance of Earthen Song having a chance to outperform it because it can be perks as well. Whether they sort of lock the Primal Pickaxe to be a necessity for Demonheim, we'll wait to see. But yeah, it's pretty big. The tier 100 pickaxe though will be augmentable, and that will be by far like the best performer. But as you see here, the Primal Pickaxe plus 5 is not really that below it. It's only going to be the fact that you can use the augmentable perks to put your augmentable pickaxe above it, which will be good. And it's quite huge really that this level of content has sort of been pushed out, and as we go a bit further down, I mean, look at that armor. It's still so cool. Even in this day and age, it's aged so well, and like the 2Hs as well just look so good. Me personally, if I had to pick one, I do like B. I really do like this one here, and in terms of the pickaxes, I do prefer that one. I think that one looks really good. But it's very nice, and it's a huge bit of skilling content. I'm really excited now for not only Demonheim mining, I think that'd be amazing, but Demonheim archaeology as well. If that has a piece to the new 2H, that's going to be huge. It's going to be worth a lot of money as well, especially if that Masterwork has a decent passive. If it has the ability to use decent 2Hs, and depends on what sort of level it's going to be. They have mentioned that once your primal stuff is upgraded to plus 5, it's only going to be a tier 90. And unaugmentable, and will degrade as well, which I think is a little bit rough that they've capped it at 90, but we'll see what happens. I do think it could have been pushed to something like a 92, but again, that would have been hugely powerful and maybe a little bit OP for the fact you could go and smith, maybe in a couple of hours, something which could add DPS PVM items as well. But that is a huge piece of content they've just dropped on us. It is a massive post, and definitely something I would recommend you watching, definitely something I recommend you read all the way through. No doubt there's going to be a lot more on this. And again, this is very much for the future. This is not going to be possibly this year, apart from mining and smithing. It's very much looking forward to the next year, next 2 years, and it's quoted up to 3 years as well to do the rest of the skills, but really interested to see what we bring to the other skills as well. This could be huge, and this could be basically what sees the game through for the next couple of years as well. So let me know what you think. I'll make sure the article is in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.